At least 5 Iranian advisors killed in Israeli airstrike on Syrian capital, officials say. An Israeli strike on the Syrian capital of Damascus on Saturday destroyed a building used by the Iranian paramilitary Revolutionary Guard, killing at least 5 Iranians, Syrian and Iranian officials said. The strike was also reported by Syrian and Iranian state media. The Syrian army said the building in the tightly guarded western Damascus neighborhood of Matzeh was entirely destroyed, adding that the Israeli Air Force fired the missiles while flying over Syria's Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. The Israeli military did not comment. A few hours later, an Israeli drone strike on a car near the southern Lebanese port city of Tyre killed 2 Hezbollah members who were in the vehicle and 2 people who were in a nearby orchard, an official with the group and Lebanon's state news agency said. One of those killed was Ali Hudruj, a local Hezbollah commander, said the official, who spoke on condition of anonymity in line with regulations without giving further details. Security and emergency personnel searched the rubble of a building destroyed in a reported Israeli strike in Damascus on January 20, 2024. Newer News, which is believed to be close to Iran's intelligence apparatus, identified 2 of the dead in Damascus as General Sadegh Omidzadeh, the intelligence deputy of the Guard's Expeditionary Quds Force in Syria, and his deputy, who goes by the nom de guerre Haj Gholam. The Guard later issued statements identifying the 5 dead as Hojatollah Omidvar, Ali Agazadeh, Hossein Mohammadi, Saeed Karimi, and Mohammed Amin Samadi. It gave no ranks for them. The difference in information could not be immediately reconciled. An opposition war monitor, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, said at least 6 people, 5 Iranians and a Syrian, were killed in the missile attack that struck while officials from Iran-backed groups were holding a meeting. The observatory's chief, Rami Abdurrahman, said 3 of the Iranians were commanders, adding that 4 other people are still missing under the rubble. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Nasser Kanani condemned the Israeli strike in a statement, saying that, "Without any doubt, the blood of these high-ranking martyrs will not be wasted." He added that Tehran reserves its right to respond to the organized terrorism of the fake Zionist regime at the appropriate time and place. Iran also tried again to link Israel to the Islamic State group, something its leaders have been trying to do since a suicide bombing by the extremists in early January in Iran. Security forces deployed around the destroyed 4-story building as ambulances and fire engines were seen in the area. A search for people trapped under the rubble was underway. Windows were also shattered in nearby buildings. A grocer near the scene of the strike said he heard 5 consecutive explosions at about 10:15 a.m., adding that he later witnessed the bodies of a man and a woman being taken away, as well as 3 wounded people. The shop shook. I stayed inside for a few seconds, then went out and saw the smoke billowing from behind the mosque. The man, who asked that his name not be used for security reasons, told the Associated Press, "What happened was terrifying. I collapsed," said Khaled Mawad, who lives nearby. The strike came amid widening tensions in the region as Israel pushes ahead with its offensive in Gaza. Israel's assault there, one of the deadliest and most destructive military campaigns in recent history, has killed nearly 25,000 Palestinians, according to Gaza health authorities, caused widespread destruction, and uprooted over 80% of the territory's 2.3 million people from their homes. Israel launched the offensive after an unprecedented cross-border attack into Israel by Hamas on October 7 that killed 1,200 people and took some 250 others hostage. Roughly 130 hostages are believed by Israel to remain in Hamas captivity. The war has stoked tensions across the region, threatening to ignite other conflicts. Last month, an Israeli airstrike on a suburb of Damascus killed Iranian General Sayed Razi Mousavi, a longtime advisor of the Iranian paramilitary Revolutionary Guard in Syria. Israel has also targeted Palestinian and Lebanese operatives in Syria over the past years. Iranian and Syrian officials have long acknowledged Iran has advisors and military experts in Syria, but denied there were any ground troops. Thousands of fighters from Iran-backed groups took part in Syria's conflict that started in March 2011, helping tip the balance of power in favor of President Bashar Assad. Thousands of fighters from Iran-backed groups took part in Syria's conflict that started in March 2011, helping tip the balance of power in favor of President Bashar Assad. Israel has carried out hundreds of strikes on targets inside government-controlled parts of war-torn Syria in recent years. Israel rarely acknowledges its actions in Syria, but it is said that it targets bases of Iran-allied militant groups such as Lebanon's Hezbollah, which has sent thousands of fighters to support Syrian President Bashar Assad's forces. Earlier this month, a strike said to be carried out by Israel killed top Hamas commander Saleh Aruri in Beirut. Over the past weeks, rockets have been fired from Syria into northern Israel and the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, adding to tensions along the Lebanon-Israel border and attacks on ships in the Red Sea by Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels.